Business Incorporated.
Lakes Area Thunder is brought to you by...
At United Community Bank, they shop, invest, and volunteer locally. They're community-minded, just like you. United Community Bank, Perham, Dent, and Frazee.
United Community Bank.
Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Lakes Area Thunder. My guest today is Dave Lee of 102.3. Big fan of Little Evil and what we do. Huge motorcycle enthusiast, and I'm glad he's here today. We're going to talk a little bit about some performance packages and some of the things that we do, but as a official member of the Fat Cats, which is kind of Little Evil's house band, we really love these guys. They do great things for us at our customer support and appreciation days, and when we're out on the road, whether it's Quaker Steak and Lube or one of the Fat Cat events that they're having, we try to get to see them as much as possible. They do a great job, and Dave, I just have to thank you.
Hey, my pleasure.
For all the promotion and advertising that you do for the shop.
It really is a joy. You walk through this shop and you see all of these scoots and how beautiful they are. And we're looking at a table of components and parts that will go into one of these motorcycles. And we were talking a little bit, Kurt, and you said each one of these components plays another part with another piece of the engine, right?
Correct. There's a lot of parts exchangers or part swappers out there. Guys read things on the internet and they see something on a blog or a forum, and because somebody else has used it, they automatically think it's state of the art, it's the next greatest thing since sliced bread, I have to have it on my motorcycle. But what they don't pick up on that is the uniformity and the math and the things that have to go into building a motor or a package, whether it's suspension, transmission work, driveline work, motor, it doesn't matter. That good part may be quality in and of itself, but if it's put into the wrong application, either it doesn't work the way they expected it to, or it can actually take performance away. So we spend a lot of time, and by trial and error and our over 60 plus years of combined industry experience and the relationships that we have within the industry, have come up with packages that actually work. And before I'll ever put anything into a customer's motorcycle, I'll try it on something we have in the shop first. I'll take it to the dyno, I'll do the performance test myself, and if it's not something I would run, or it hurts the overall performance of the motorcycle, I'm definitely not going to recommend that to a customer. The crankcase is obviously the first part that has to happen or be addressed when doing a package. And everything from fuel injection tuning to camshafts to head work to cylinders and pistons, whether it's a big bore kit or stock displacement, it all has to be put together at the same level, and the research has to be done in order for it all to work as one complete assembled piece of art. And that's the way we look at it. Anybody can throw a cylinder head on, anybody can throw a camshaft in, but if it doesn't sing when it's done, and it doesn't do what I promised my customer it would do, I'm let down. And I would never want my customer to be let down. We talked a little bit about this before we started the show, and our passion is motorcycle enthusiasm. And having a customer put 300 miles on a Saturday and not pull into the garage, put the kickstand down, get off of it, and be so frustrated that they don't want to see that bike for another week. Their comfort, the way the bike responds to them from a suspension perspective, a performance suspension perspective, audio enhancements, body enhancements, all those things. We want them to pull up to another group of enthusiasts, throw the kickstand down, shut it off, have a crowd come over and say, wow, who did that motor? Or who built that exhaust for you? Or who put that body kit together? And I want them with pride to be able to say, well, Kurt and the guys at Little Evil did it, not the other way around where they're embarrassed or not as happy as they should be, especially for the money.
And years ago, it was all about the chrome and the look and not so much the ride.
It was. there were so many people out there that were selling chrome covers and chrome accents and chrome levers and upgraded seats, and guys would spend thousands of dollars between chrome upgrades and accents to paint. And when they got all done, their budget was gone. Their wife probably said, you can't spend any more money on your motorcycle, and yet they never changed the way the motorcycle handled or the way it responded, or, you know, it looked great sitting out in front of the bar and everybody ooh and ah over it. But again, when you got to get on it and the ride is stiff and it doesn't respond the way it's supposed to, and it's just weak on horsepower, then, you know, you've kind of, that's why we spend so much time talking to the customer before I ever take any money or I ever start a project. Is I want to know, one, what kind of motorcycle they're riding, two, how they ride that motorcycle. I mean, is it bar hopping on a Saturday? Is it long road trips to Montana to run Yellowstone? Is it commuting back and forth to work? Whatever it is, function has to be in the equation of that. I don't want to build a motorcycle for a customer that I would want. I want to build a motorcycle for a customer that he has been looking for and he wants. Because at the end of the day, he's going to ride off. And I want him to be happy and I want him to come back.
And with the return business, the repeat business, different family members, a lot of gals are getting on motorcycles now, and it's really cool to see how the, I guess you could call it maybe the refabrication of the Harley Davidson has really taken place, and you're on the cusp of all of that technology and change. And I think it's really cool that there's a motorcycle shop like Little Evil Incorporated in the Lakes area. It's just a wonderful thing.
Thank
you.
Well, and it's important. You touched on it, but like I said at the opening of the show, our relationship and how it's grown over the last 3 or 4 years, and the following we have with the Fat Cats and 102.3, we want to make sure that we build our business on relationships, not short term, not I'm going to get this guy for $6,000 and I don't care if he ever comes back. If you spend $20 a month with me just buying oil and a filter, but you keep coming back, that's what we're looking for. Thank you very much for whatever you spend and for taking the time to get to know us. And I know I have to earn their confidence. I have to be, not just from the work we do, but how we carry ourselves, how we treat our customers. They need to leave there hearing thank you come out of our mouths as the last words as they exit the door. And that's how we do business here.
If you don't mind, if we could talk a little bit about the custom fabrication that you do here. I know the motorcycle you took to Sturgis is here, and it just wowed everybody. You took all of the awards home and stuff, and that's here in the Lakes area, and it's at Little Evil Incorporated. Right.
And anybody that wants to stop by and look at it, in an upcoming episode, you and I can walk around the bike. I can tell you a little bit about our Sturgis experience, and we also have a little surprise for you related to the Dave Lee Needs a Sickle Fund. So thanks for watching, and we appreciate the support. Stop by and see us sometime. Let us help you with what we can.
Driven to keep the wind in your face. Little Evil Incorporated.